Good afternoon, folks. But there's 25 teams that have gone home already. 25 teams. Start off with 16 teams from the first round. No massive surprises. Sorry to see Uruguay go, especially because of the Lee's Bielsa connection. Sorry to see South Korea go, especially because they would have been in Ireland's group. Just so you know. Would we have done better than the Czech Republic? I would hope so, but who knows? We didn't get there, so there's always the next time. So now, 25 teams have gone home, and the ones that advanced to the final 16, that starts this Saturday. So, Jesse Marsh's Canada beat out South Africa, and I just couldn't get enough of this guy. Very sorry to see Japan go, but it was probably inevitable that Brazil were going to beat them. But Japan were showing a lovely kind of style of football, and they were a pleasure to watch in the group stage. So that was a shame. And then there was Germany and the Netherlands losing out to Paraguay and Morocco. I was watching the game, and Germany, they were okay. They were underwhelming. Paraguay weren't letting them play, and there was a German guy in the bar. I said, can I ask you a few questions? He's like, no. And I said, but you're going to penalties. I was like, surely Germany has this. And his response was, what, with this lot? So he didn't even want me to film him. And you can see why. He was probably a prophet. Morocco vanquished the Netherlands, but Morocco were going for the win. The Netherlands were kind of surviving. They were terrible, and they were a lot of people's favourites, including mine, to really advance and probably eventually win it. But they just could not string a few passes together. When they got the ball, they went on the counter. They looked harried and harassed, and I think the results in the group stage flatter them. France was inevitable with Mbappe kind of cruising through. Norway with Erling Haaland knocking out the Ivory Coast. I felt bad for them. I felt bad for the African teams. Mexico and Ecuador was alive, and thanks to all the Legends crew, to Jack, to Enda, to Emmett, to Nick, for letting us film there and being so gracious. And that was a party for Mexico, Ecuador. So if you're in the vicinity, if you're in New York, go to Legends for any game, because it's on fire in there and the vibes are great, and the staff there just keep it very cool. So there's 3 levels in Legends that you can go for your football and fix. So England is all about Harry Kane. I was feeling bad for the English. I was there at Legends again, and the half, they weren't happy. But I did have this feeling that they were going to overcome.
Second half. I think England they're going to come out the gates. I think we're going to bring a couple back. I think we'll finish 3-1. Optimistic.
And with Harry Kane's brilliance, they did it. And unfortunately, that's another African team that's gone. And then the most saddest of all was Belgium versus Senegal, with Belgium getting a penalty. It was a scrappy penalty, but by the rule of the law, it was a penalty. And I felt so bad for Senegal, because that was literally the last kick of the game. The USA last night vanquishing Bosnia. Not an amazingly convincing performance, but I think the US have had it their own way in the group stage, and now they're meeting opponents that are a little bit more scrappy and know how to play against them. So it wasn't until late into the first half that they got their first goal. Then there was that horrible red card. He didn't mean it. It wasn't particularly a foul, but when you look at it again in slow motion, I don't think it left the ref any choice. He could have broken his ankle, and yes, it wasn't intentional, but again, it's the rule of the game. So fair play though to the United States for going far. It's going to be difficult without Balogun, because he's been pretty sensational. So tomorrow it's going to be Australia, Egypt. Come on, Egypt, let's represent for Africa. I know it's North Africa. Argentina, Cape Verde. I think that's a foregone conclusion, but great to see Cape Verde going that far. And Colombia versus Ghana. That's going to be a hard one. Anyway, folks, we'll bring you some news over the weekend, and we'll definitely be tuning in for the final round of 16. Okay, be well. Chat soon. MOT.